Suddenly, I'm seeing stars. It's time to taste the pain. Hey, what's up? My name is Boss. I'm a gardener and a lover of all things spicy. Today we are taking a look at a cool new pepper, the Khang Starr Starrling. This is my first year growing this pepper. It is a relatively new cross from Khang Starr. Pause right here. Do you know who Khang Starr is? If you don't know who Khang Starr is, you probably have never looked for pepper-related content on YouTube before. But to go a little further, Khang Starr back in the day started the pepper lovers community on Google+. Google Plus went away, and now the pepper lovers community is on Facebook, Reddit, Discord, MeWe, all over the place. Huge group, thousands and thousands of people around the world who are growing and sharing their love of peppers with like-minded individuals. Real cool place. I tend to hang out on Discord. I'll leave a link below. But Khang Starr is the guy that started this all for us, this awesome community, and he is a prolific pepper crosser. So the Khang Starr Starrling is a cross that he created between the Khang Starr White Thai and the Lingria. So two of his other varieties that he crossed together to make this interesting pepper. I will tell you that this thing grew amazingly. I grew it in a 5-gallon hydroponic bucket. It doesn't want to give up. I grew it in my tent a few months ago. I tossed it out onto my back porch, full southern exposure, no hardening off. I haven't refilled the nutrients. It's still alive. I have no idea how. Really, really tough plant. Grows beautiful fruits. Several of them were longer than this, probably up to 2 inches long at the longest, but pretty much your typical kind of Thai pepper shape, but a little bit smaller, a little more petite. Really pretty colors. They went from kind of a light green to a white to a pretty bold red. Kind of less ripe here in this one in the middle especially. I don't know if you can see that. Not as deep a red on this pod here, so they do have a little bit of an orange period as well as they ripen. I think it's time for us to take a look though at what this has inside, how it tastes, and how much it hurts. I should have done a taste test earlier in the season when it was still in my tent. I just pulled these off right now from out on the back patio. So this one's a little soft. You can see some ugly seeds there. If you have those black dots in the middle, it means they're probably dead seeds. 100% a result of this coming off of the plant that's been left outside. I harvested lots of these earlier. I have a ton of seeds to share with friends who I maybe do a trade with or who just want to enjoy some of the Khang Starr fun. Inside of that one actually looks a little bit better. Most of the seeds look a little fresher anyhow. Take a look inside this last one. Not too bad. So I think it's time to get a few of those nasty looking seeds out of the middle and do the taste test. I've gotten most of the seeds out of this half. I did not take the stuff out from underneath the membrane because I didn't want to dig the membrane out. It does have kind of that white Thai smell, Khang Starr Starrling. Let's see how it tastes. It's hot. Not as hot as the traditional Khang Starr White Thai. Very similar flavor. It has that good Thai pepper burn, really lights your tongue up. It's a sharp burn, very sharp. I just lost a light. We'll see if it comes back on here in a minute, but while I continue to burn, very sharp heat profile. Flavor's a little bit fruity up front. Very similar to the Khang Starr White Thai, right? Has a little bit of a fruity sweet up front, and then that traditional kind of bitter's not the word, but maybe a little bit more earthy, sort of traditional Thai pepper flavor. It comes in towards the end. Heat level it's hard to say. I'm not sweating. Hey, my light came back. I'm not sweating. I'm not, in pain or in panic mode. I would guess maybe 100,000 Scoville heat units at most, probably. It's hard to tell for me when there's a really sharp burn like this. It's almost, it almost reminds me of the Bulgarian carrot pepper, if you've ever had one of those. It's a real sharp, interesting, unique kind of burn. Like most of the white Thai varieties and crosses that Khang Starr has made, I think these are best for cooking. They're not a great Wow, this is an incredible flavor that you want to put on a salad. Pepper, pretty good burn. I'm gonna go ahead and call it probably a 4 out of 10 for me as far as overall heat for a fresh pepper pod, right? So a 10 being a Carolina Reaper or Primatoli, but very respectable. This is not a mild pepper by any means. Got me a little bit there. Great flavor though. Khang Starr, another delicious cross, another awesome pepper, super prolific, really tough. It put up with pretty much all of my abuse. Really cool plant. I'm growing these every year from here on out. Really pretty plant. I'm going to actually add it to my ornamental collection, I think, next year. So I'm growing a certain part of my garden with just my ornamental peppers. The Khang Starr Starrling will be in there next year. It's not an ornamental. It's very edible. It's just that pretty. We will be back very soon with another episode of Taste the Pain. Until then, please remember, plants help us grow. Peace.
Welcome to the PLC. We growing peppers from seed. We about community and hydroponic unity, teaching each other about the ways of the grow. Eating a harvest, but you already know we got them peppers from the south about to burn up your mouth. And when they hit your guts, boy, they burn up your butts. Grow them for the pleasure, eat them for pain. Share a little science and we heat up your brain and make you think about the ways you can sustain a growing hobby. Feed your family with compost and rain. Mother Nature loves us, we show her the same. Our loved ones think we're crazy, but we're truly insane. We keep on growing, we keep on sowing, we keep on showing, and we keep on blowing all our money on seeds, sipping compost tea, introducing the Pepper Lovers community. It's the PLC, the Pepper Lovers community. It's the PLC, it's the PLC, it's the PLC, the Pepper Lovers community. Reddit, Facebook, Discord, and MeWe. Check the PLC.